What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome back to another episode of The Road to Glory. First of all, I want to say thank you guys for those that have subscribed to this channel that watch these videos. I said in the last episode I didn't really know how much likes to go for on like one of these episodes, and I asked for 1,000 likes and it's like nearly at 5,000 likes, so I can't thank you guys enough for the support. I've got a lot of gameplay recorded for The Road to Glory, so you could probably expect to see it quite a bit over the coming days. Maybe a double upload here or there as well. But if we could get 1,000 likes again, guys, that would be absolutely insane. So I was trying to go into the Irish Cup. You can see the team that I've got there. It's not the best, but it's not the worst. It didn't really cost me too much. I don't have many coins in the account, so I was going to try and, like, you know, use what I've got. And if I go out, by the time I get the match coins, you know, I'll be able to improve the squad. But for some reason, I just could not find a game. I couldn't find a game in the cup in the first round. It just wouldn't find it for me. So I decided, let me actually go into a league game, into a divisions game to try and get the ball rolling. So we go there, we pick team 2. This is the team that I use. I absolutely love the two teams that I've got. The La Liga team and the Bundesliga team. And hopefully, you know, if we can win this Irish Cup, using that coin bonus, that 15,000 coins plus match coins plus extra coins that we're getting from playing the odd division game here and there, you know, maybe we could buy like a marquee player, like someone amazing, you know, like maybe the James Rodriguez, maybe the Luka Modric. You know, maybe we can swap out Griezmann for Karim Benzema. And the first opponent we come up against in today's video has got a very, very tidy 4-3-3 team. He's got a Serie A team, Cuadrado, Dybala, Felipe Anderson, a great attack, a brilliant midfielder, Marquisio, Pogba and Pjanic. He's then got Chiellini and Caceres in defence. And I thought this could be, you know, a really, really tough game. Fortunately, though, it just wasn't. It just really wasn't. I absolutely walked through this guy's defense. I kind of forget that we're in Division 6. And that I'm not in Division 1. You know, if I see this guy in Division 1, maybe it's a, you know, much more difficult game. Maybe it's a game that I'm not going to win so comfortably. But we are in Division 6, and it was easy to kind of tell that because my opponent made quite a few mistakes. And you can see here just after 11 minutes, we go down the right-hand side, already 1-0 up. Gundogan and Costa working well together. Costa hits the bar, and Schürrle is there to wrap the game up with, not the game up, but wrap the goal up with a nice header under the bar there, makes it 2-0. We then get a penalty with Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, gets brought down after some poor defending, steals the ball, runs around the player, gets taken down, and of course, you win it, you take it, and those are the rules, unless Aubameyang doesn't win it, and then he takes it anyway. But he scores, he makes it 3-0 after 40 minutes, and I was very happy to get these 3 points. Not that I'm guaranteed the 3 points yet, because, you know, it's only half-time or whatever, but I kind of knew at this point I was going to win, as we almost score an insane goal, but we've come up just short. Because in this division, we actually drew the first game. We haven't lost yet in divisions, which I honestly don't expect to lose until around Division 3. Of course, I might lose the odd game here or there before Division 3 because, you know, sometimes you just come up against good people, even in the low divisions. It's the way FIFA works. And but I wouldn't expect to lose till around Division 3, maybe Division 2. So I'm happy with the knowledge that we've got a good start going to the entire season's campaign. But very disappointed that I drew the first game because even though we are only in Division 6, it's still 19 points to win the title, which means you can only drop a maximum of 11 points over the 10 games. And when you drop 2 of those 11 points in game 1, it puts you under a little bit of pressure. So I was very happy to pick up the 5-0. We, of course, have still got the match coin bonus of 200 coins per game on. We get a 5-0 win, and we go up to 7 points now from the first 3 games. So we're really chugging along towards that 19 points. We should be able to make it without any real concerns, but you still never know. And then the next game, guys, I did go into the Irish Cup. I found my opponent. He's got a very nice 4-1-2-1-2 team. I don't know if I'd prefer... Like, I've got the gold centre-backs because I don't think pace is everything in this game, especially when the fastest strikers you're coming up against have only got 84 pace themselves. I don't think pace is everything, and I'd rather go with the gold centre-back with 40 pace than I would with the silver centre-back with 60 or 70 pace. And we end up scoring an absolutely sensational goal with Shane Long to kick things off. So we go 1-0 up, guys, after just 13 or 14 minutes, and it kind of set the precedent for the game. I was in control a little bit. Of course, I'm worried in this cup because you get nothing if you lose anywhere up towards the final. You have to win to get the big reward. So there's so much pressure on every game because if you get to the semi-final or the final and lose, you've got to start again and you've got to go again from the beginning. And that could be quite frustrating. So we do get a 2-0 win in the first round. Quite an easy game, a dominant game for us. And we end up going through to the second round. One thing I was thinking about for tournaments, and this is something I've mentioned before, and I'm going to mention it again for those of you that might be new, listening, watching, etc. This is what I think should happen in the tournaments. We do go into another division game, guys, to try and get the player fitness up. I do change the bench around. This is the team that we go into the next game with. One of the things I think they should do is, like, so it's a 15,000 prize for the winner. Why not make it a 7,500 prize for the guy who loses in the final, a 5,000 prize for the guy who loses in the semi-final, a 2,500 prize for the guy who loses in the quarterfinal, and a 1,000 prize for the guy who just loses in the first round. Let everybody win, because that's how it works in real football. If you come in, you know, if you lose the FA Cup final, you still get prize for that, you know, and they do it in divisions. They give you a prize whether you win the title, get promoted, hold, or get relegated. You get something. So why not do the same thing in cups? It would make cups a hell of a lot more fun to play. Next opponent we come up against got a bit of a weird team, and what was really interesting about this team is he had a few players that just had absolutely no fitness at all. And once I realised that, because it was a testing first 15 minutes, but once I realised he had no fitness, I kind of changed my style of player, went more attacking, because I know that his players can't keep up and cope. And that's why I find fitness to be quite important. We get really lucky there with Hesse picking up the ball to get himself in on net and score, but we take the lead, and then Carlos Vey here, lovely bit of work, another little bit of luck there, but Rakitic picks up the ball, shoots a phenomenal shot, makes it 2-0 after 26 minutes, and again, we're picking up an easy 3 points here in Division 6 to make our way all the way, you know, up to 10 points, so we just need 9 points from the remaining 6 games, shouldn't be too difficult. We do end up losing a silly goal there, very nice finish, very, very nice finish, but I hate the fact that once again, the goalkeeper came out when I didn't ask the goalkeeper to come out. Does that make sense? Like, I don't want him to come out. I just want him to stay there, and I've got control of it. But it goes 2-1. We end up getting a penalty to make it 3-1. Rakitic is going to take this penalty on this team. He puts it in the top right, or kind of middle right, because it wasn't a very good penalty. But we end up going 3-1 up. And at that point, this guy pretty much collapsed. We end up getting a 4th goal. Ball gets played through to Kovacic. Kovacic puts it in the back of the net. I do believe at this point he put his controller down, or maybe it was after 5-1 he put his controller down. But there was a point in the game where he just stopped playing. Is it this one? No, it looks like he's still defending here. So we get to Hesse goes through to Griezmann. Griezmann shoots. Griezmann scores to make it 5-1. So it was at this point my opponent decided he just didn't want to play anymore. He had had enough. And it's interesting for me when people just don't quit. Like, if you've given up, quit. Or what EA should do is put in a mutual quit button. Just something that says, hey, you're obviously just destroying me. Can we both agree that we can quit this game, you can get the win, and I won't lose any DNF modifier? Yes, I want that button, because there are games where I'm like 3-0 down with 10 minutes to go, and I pretty much know I'm not going to get back into the game. So I'm just like, hey, you know, it would be great if I could just say, please, can we just finish this game right here, right now? It's something EA needs to add, but we do end up winning this game 8-1. A massive 3 points in the title race for Division 6. Yes, I'm racing for the title in Division 6. And a great performance. And now we've used all 3 teams now. We've used the Irish team, the La Liga team, and the Bundesliga team. And all 3 of them have been very, very promising. So what I did for the last game, I actually went out and bought Robbie Keane. I've put Shane Long at left forward and Robbie Keane up front because I can't afford the silver left forward. And I got the same chem on Shane Long as what I do on Aidan McGeady, because Aidan McGeady's a right mid player and right forward. So anyway, I went into the Irish Cup second round. Once again, really important that we get through to the semi-final. We come up against another 4-1-2-1-2 and a really good team. And this guy's done kind of what I've done. And he's gone for the gold centre-backs, not caring about the lack of pace. But what he hasn't done is gone for the gold goalkeeper. I hate low-rated and especially silver goalkeepers this year. I think they're terrible to use, to play with. And it kind of like came through here to show that the goalkeepers were bad. McGeady gets through here, smashes that to the far post. I honestly believe a gold goalkeeper might have saved that. I think Westwood or Given would have saved that. But we go 1-0 up anyway. And then I score one of my best goals probably this year. It has a bit of everything. A bit of skill moves, a little bit of luck, a few more skill moves, gets into the box. I hit him with a stop, the Elastico, a bit of no-touch dribble, near post OP. Just a beautiful all-round goal. You know, it has a little bit of everything, some skill moves, some no-touch dribble, some luck, a great finish, getting into the box, beating players, and I really enjoyed scoring it. And going 2-0 up into the half here, this guy actually came quite good in the second half. He started putting on a lot of pressure, and I knew that I had to defend well to win the game. And Keane there goes through to make that 3-0 to me. And at 3-0, I was pretty confident I was going to go all the way through to the next round. And although I think my opponent pulled 1 goal back, I can't remember. Is this a goal for him? No, this is a goal for me. Kieran Clark here comes and picks up the ball, lays it into Shane Long. Shane Long plays it out to Keane. Keane into McGeady, and McGeady completes his hat-trick. And that makes it 4-0, guys. And that's where we're going to end the episode today. So we're into the semi-final of the Irish Cup. 2 more wins away from that 15,000 coin bounty, which hopefully we can get. We played some very good FIFA here today. 4 games in the episode, 6 points in the division. 6 points and 2 wins in the cup. Brilliant stuff. But this is going to be the end of the video, guys. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. I'm out. Peace.